I like to compare leads of a business to the seeds of a plant. Seeds by themselves mean absolutely nothing. They hold no value by themselves. But when you plant them with the right amount of soil on top, use just the right amount of water, and with enough consistency, that seed will grow into a beautiful plant. And right now, I am taking this plant and comparing it to a business relationship with a client that was once a lead. At the end of the day, leads are the heart of any business because without them, you don't make money. Now, 2 years ago, it used to be really hard to find leads, not because it was a difficult process, but because it was long and arduous. You had to Google your niche, find a bunch of businesses that are in that niche. You had to take every single last bit of their details, and with every detail you flip a page, you put it into a Google Sheet, you go back, you get their phone number, you go back, put it into the Google Sheet, you go back, you get their email, you go back to the Google Sheet, you put in the email. You get where I'm going with this. It used to take quite a while to build up solid lead lists. But now with AI agents and Claude code and Google's Antigravity, you can scrape thousands of leads in your particular niche in less than 5 minutes, and it's super easy. In this video, I'm going to walk you through step by step how you can do this for your business and your brand, no matter where you come from, no matter your level of expertise with AI, no matter your technical background, no matter your AI background. You can do it with just a few English instructions as if you're handing those off to an employee. Okay, so without any further ado, we are going to open Google's Antigravity. This is Google's new IDE that they came out with about 2 months ago, and so far I've really enjoyed using it. As someone without much technical background, coding experience, web design experience, I've been able to do things that I never would have thought possible with Claude Code and Google's Antigravity. Right now, even though there's N8N and there's Zapier and Make, those tools were amazing and they still are amazing. Now you can do the same, if not better outputs with just typing in English. No drag and drop nodes, no functions, no ideations, nothing. It's just English. You tell this thing what to do as if you are handing instructions off to an employee, and it'll do that for you. So one thing we're going to do here, we're going to open a new folder, and then I'm going to open the example lead scraper folder that I've set up for you guys. Open. All right, so now we have nothing. Essentially, we just have a few files in place that we're going to set up. Now with what we're going to do, we're going to create our work environment, right? This is super important if you want to carry out any business task, because you need to give it guardrails, right? The way I like to think about this is if you're bowling. When you go bowling and you're a child, and you know, some people don't like losing, the bowling alley will set up guardrails so that when you throw the ball, it doesn't go into one of the slots in the side and not hit any pins. With the guardrails, you're guaranteed to hit at least one pin. We're going to give it a prompt that sticks to a set of guardrails so it doesn't go off on its own tangent. The goal is not to get AI to do these crazy, mad things for you. It's about narrowing down what you want done and the tasks that AI can do for you in achieving that objective. So what we're going to do is add this prompt here that I've put into the side. If you want a copy of this prompt, you'll find it in the description below. I got it from a YouTube creator called Nick Saraev. He's absolutely phenomenal and really helped me in learning how to use this tool. So yeah, I highly recommend. But yeah, this is the initial prompt to use when setting up your workspace. Basically what this outlines is a directive, orchestrative, and execution framework, right? So a directive could be your company's SOPs, a set of instructions that you want your employees to follow. Orchestration is essentially the employees, but in this case would be Antigravity. It would be this IDE, right? This is your employee. This is the tool that carries out all the tasks that you need. All right, then once that's done, we're gonna run this, and this is basically gonna set up the entire workspace. Right, this is running code. You'll notice that this does all the heavy lifting for you. It's actually quite crazy. So the model just asked me a few questions about if I want to use third-party tools, which you should always use. You should always use third-party tools. What I mean by that is don't rely on the model to do the tasks that you want done. Instead, get the model to reach out to third-party tools, Appify, Apollo, LinkedIn Sales Navigator. And what you do is take the APIs of those platforms and you plug it into your Antigravity with a .env file, which I will explain in just a minute. Right, so what's happening here is the model is instantiating my workspace, setting up all the files necessary according to the initial prompt that I gave it. Check how crazy this is. Like, my hands are, check more, no hands. Like, the model is doing everything for me, setting up all the files, setting up the code. One thing you want to do directly before you can start getting this model to go do tasks for you is set it up with the correct third-party tools that you would like it to use when executing your task. I'm going to use Appify to scrape the leads in the particular niche that I'm looking for. I'm going to use my personal Google Sheets account to populate those leads into that Google Sheet. Right, so when it comes to executing a task, right, you want to use third-party tools. You don't want it to execute everything that you have in mind when getting a task done. This thing is here to do a lot of the process that you want done for you, but it is not going to magically conjure up the ability to do things. You got to connect it to the right tools, the right third parties in order to get the task done that you want. I am using here to scrape the leads. I'm going to use Appify, I'm going to use LinkedIn, and I'm going to use my Google Sheet so that it can take all the leads that I found and it's going to populate directly into my Google Sheets with the leads, email, phone numbers, names, websites, social medias, you name it. So one thing I've done is in my previous workspaces, I've said to the model, go find my other credentials for Appify, LinkedIn, Google, and all of that, and put it in my .env folder. .env file is essentially opening the door to the other third-party tool for Antigravity to go and use and interact with. Now we have everything set up to scrape as many leads as we need. If you click this little button up here, you're going to open Claude Code and it's basically going to interact with your IDE and you're going to be able to carry out the tasks that you want. So let's clean things up a bit, open the files that we want. As you can see, all the folders according to the injector prompt are here, the directives folder, execution folder. This is the instructions that I've given the model so that it can go do the task of scraping leads for me. I'll read it out quick. You are to scrape 500 leads in the SMMA business within the West Coast of America. You are going to do this with Appify, collect my leads publicly available data such as email, websites, phone numbers, owners' names if publicly available, and Instagram. You are then going to populate a Google Sheet with all these leads that you find with the parameters that I've listed as headings in the sheet. Do this as quickly as possible and as perfect as possible. We're going to run that. And now the model is basically going to go run and do its thing, right? However long that may take, I don't know. But what's amazing is that I can go do something else. You know, I can go make a cup of tea. I can go carry out some more work. I basically have an employee doing something for me, getting a task done on my behalf, which is insane, absolutely phenomenal. The amount of time individuals and businesses can save with this thing is absolutely incredible. I haven't done a workout today, so I'm just gonna do some push-ups. Well, yeah, still going, baby. Doing my thing. It's doing what I told it to do, and it's not coming back until it finishes what I told it to do. I love AI. Okay, so I literally just finished a few of the push-ups that I was doing now. And the model is still not done what I asked it to do. It's busy doing it, but I don't like how long it's taking, so I've essentially just asked it to hurry up and go faster. You can literally do this and the model will find a way to go faster and find quicker ways in what it's doing. Okay, it still hasn't finished, so I'm gonna say this is taking way. I'm gonna use multiple Y's to lock the thing. I keep misspelling. Keep in mind that although this is taking a lot longer than I would like it to, the first time you run an instance with Google's Antigravity, it's not going to get it done in the time you'd like it to do something because it's a fresh instance. It's something that has never done any work. You've essentially just brought a new employee into your institution, right? It still needs to warm up. It needs to go and learn about all your procedures and what it's doing. And the more you use a particular workspace and the more times you get it to do a particular task, for instance, scraping leads, the better it's gonna get. This is the first time I'm asking it to scrape leads, so although it's taking a bit long, it's still gonna get the job done. But next time I ask it to scrape a bunch of leads in a different area, it's going to do it a lot faster because it adapts, it self-heals, it gets better over time. It literally, the amazing thing about this whole model is that it analyzes its own errors, goes back to the standard of procedures that you've given it, it updates those standard of procedures with the error, and then the model makes sure that it never does that error ever again. If it was a real employee, that's an employee you'd want to keep long term in your business. So it is quite incredible, and yeah, using these tools as if they are real employees is really gonna benefit you in the long run within your business or your individual day-to-day life. Okay, so the model has scraped 589 unique SMMA leads. I asked it for 500, it gave me more than I was asking for, so that's a star freaking employee that's come in and done more than it was supposed to. Allow Antigravity's API first connection, just click allow. Cool. And there you go. Here is our Google Sheet. Total number of leads 589 with 562 phone numbers with 573 websites. Cities covered: Los Angeles, San Francisco, San Diego, Seattle, Portland, Phoenix, Las Vegas, San Jose, and many more. Business name, email, phone number. So let's take a look at this Google Sheet. I did nothing but give 2 instructions: scrape Apify, populate the leads into a Google Sheets, and it has given me 582. Is it 82? No, correction, 590 leads with most of their websites, phone numbers, city, state. I mean, I'm sure it goes without saying, you can see the power that this model holds. Compiling this list would have taken me hours, if not days, to do, and I got it done in less than 10 minutes. Yes, the model wasn't necessarily warmed up in the task that I wanted it to execute, but now I have a full list of leads to cold call, do research on, set up outreach campaigns for, and get customers, right? You now have the seeds you need to plant a beautiful flower, but what you do with these seeds depends on you.